Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager SLOG, and I love our addition to our Age of Extinction movie Dinobots, and it's the new version of Sludge. I don't know why they changed the name. Originally the Brachiosaur was Sludge, now he's called Slog. I don't care, I really enjoy the way this figure looks. This guy was released in August of 2014. He's currently hitting stores as of the time of this recording, and he's retailing for approximately $20 to $23 depending on where you get him. His beast mode is a robotic brachiosaur, and it measures approximately 10 inches long from the tip of the head to the tip of the tail here, and he's about 7 inches tall from the bottom all the way to the top of the head here. As far as articulation goes, he can rotate his neck some here at the top. His head can go up and down some, and his jaw can open and close. I just really enjoy the way this figure looks. You've got a little bit of in and out on the legs here. You can go forward and backwards. You've got a little bit of toe extension here, which I think is really cool, which helps with some dynamic poses if you're going to be putting him in such dynamic poses. You've got a little bit of movement on the, I guess you can call this the knee there. Just a little bit of motion there. You can't really do the standing Jurassic Park pose with him. That would be cool if you could do that, though, but not the case. He's going to fall down. But yeah, he is a cool figure. Again, you know, Age of Extinction, he's a movie figure. He's not going to be for everybody. But I really enjoy him. I was really excited when I found him, and I'm really enjoying this figure. Getting into weapons, he does come with some weapons. And I don't particularly care for these, at least not in dinosaur mode. But, you know, he comes with them, so let's go ahead and show him off. He's got these, I guess these are supposed to be some kind of a cannon. And as you can see, there's a peg there, and there's a port on the front of the, what do you call these? These are front legs. I know they're front legs, but what do you call what would be the shoulder of the front leg? I don't really know. But anyway, you can plug those there, just like so. And then you've got these sort of sword or lance looking pieces here. And now he's got, if you look at him from the front again, he's got these mounts here, and these can spin. So you just kind of get those pointing forward, and you can mount these guys right there, or you can bring them back and point them down that way. That way they don't cover up the head so much. So that's another way to do it. You can, like I said, you can put them up like that, or you can bring them back and then rotate them like so. So there you go. There's Slog with his weapons. Like I said, personally, I don't care for the weapons in beast mode. I think that just looks silly. Now, in robot mode, they don't look bad. These actually look pretty cool mounted to his shoulders in robot mode. And these guys can mount to the back, or they can create swords or spears or lances rather. So they look pretty cool in robot mode. But when he's in beast mode like this, typically I just prefer to have him with no weapons, which we need to take off for transformation anyway. So why don't we go ahead and just take those off, set those to the side, and take one last look at Slog in dinosaur mode. Now, as far as transformation goes, I've had him for a few days now. I've kind of got the transformation memorized. I still fiddle with it. Sometimes he's very fiddly, very panely. He's going to be very fiddly on camera, more than likely. I'm going to forget something. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to go as I remember. So to start with, I'm going to take this panel here. One thing of note, in the package, this panel is folded all the way up, and it's just kind of bent all kinds of out of shape. Which, when you transform them in the dinosaur mode, it just kind of does this weird, you know, doesn't really go into place, whatever. I used one of the little clear rubber bands that came with the figure, and I just kind of wrapped it around. I put this guy in there like so, and then wrapped it around the dinosaur and left it like that for a day, and he's been fine ever since. As you can see, you can tuck it in there, and he holds just fine. It looks okay. So, but it's actually on a hinge at the very top here. So go ahead and rotate that all the way up, and just to get it out of the way there. And you kind of just want to get the head and that front flap there out of the way. Go ahead and rotate the head as well and bring it down. Okay, so we're going to want to, let's see, go ahead and split up the tail. Go ahead and split up the back ridges of Slog's back here. We're going to separate these. These are going to open. As you can see, that opens all the way up like that. And we're going to take his legs here and we're going to bring them out. And let's see, what do we want to do here? Okay, so go ahead, and as you can see, we just kind of opened everything up. Go ahead and bring these panels that were the dinosaur sides. Bring them in. Rotate this in like this. This is going to be the foot. Just go ahead and get that out of the way. And just this is going to go in the dinosaur foot. Back leg of the dinosaur is going to go inside his legs here. So you're going to want to put that in there. Take this red piece here that's on the back of the dinosaur leg, and you're going to want to bring this up and out like so. And then go ahead and wrap this whole thing around again. When you bring this around, there's a tab on that red piece that's going to tab into the front of his shin right there. So that's going to help hold that in place. And then you're going to come all the way around, make sure that his dinosaur leg is tucked in there real good. And then there's a little tab here that's going to tab into these guys here. This back piece is also on a hinge, so you can go ahead and bend that in. And this is not the best hold. I might want to try tightening that up with clear nail polish or something like that, but it's not the best hold. That may just be on my figure. It might be different for other figures, but just be aware of that. More than likely, that's going to pop open for us while we're playing with them. So just be aware of that. Go ahead and take the leg, fold it back down again the way we had it, and actually no, I'm wrong. It started out like that for dinosaur mode. We're gonna bend it all the way up like this. Bring it around, or bring it down rather. Take the shin, rotate it around, and then bring that tail forward like so. Same thing on this side. We're going to go ahead and get the foot out of there. Take the back of the dinosaur leg here, open that up, then wrap that in there. Tab the red piece to the front of the shin, bring the foot all the way down. Rotate the red spikes all the way around the back of his legs. Plug those in there. Hope they hold. Then we're going to rotate this guy down like so. Rotate the shin one more time. Bring that forward. And then lastly, we're going to take these two tips of the tail and bring them forward to create some sort of a belt, I guess. And that is Slog's bottom half pretty much done. I'm going to adjust the camera and bring him up some. This guy's going to get a little tall. Okay, so getting to the top part of the body here. If you look on the bottom of the dinosaur, I guess the chest of the dinosaur, these guys were tabbed in like so. So you're going to want to separate those. And then these guys, this is, how do I explain this? There's two hinges here. There's a hinge here, and there's a hinge down here. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and take this, what is this, the back of the neck here. You know, if you're looking at the dinosaur, you got the neck that comes all the way down. I guess you call that the shoulder blade. So go ahead and take this back piece here, flip that up and out of the way. And then these guys are going to, these ridges here are going to rotate in like so. And you kind of have to do both of those at the same time, because when these are open the way they were, you'll notice that the dinosaur head's not going to go forward all the way. So you're going to want to push up on this while at the same time closing these together, which is going to then release so that you can, and allow you to bring that piece all the way back like so. It's kind of hard to explain. Then go back here. As you can see, these were the pieces that were tabbed in together. That second hinge I told you about right there, you're going to want to rotate those in. That's going to straighten out your shoulders. I'm going to go ahead. There's a double hinge here for the abdomen. Go ahead and bring this all the way down. That's going to tab in. There's a tab. Let's see. There's two tabs right there, and there are two slots on the back, the inside of the chest right there. So those are going to tab in place like so. Bring the shoulders down, and then right here the arms. These can open up some to create kind of armor. Go in here, push the back of the heel for the dinosaur, which is going to reveal the fist. Once again, we have a figure, no wrist rotation on this figure. I know a lot of people have a big issue with that. I don't mind it all that much. I've kind of gotten used to it. I guess that's kind of sad to say, but it never really bothers me all that much anyway. But I know that a lot of people have a problem with that, so I'm just letting you know now. And then finally, go ahead and make sure that this flap is bent far out as far as you can. And then this guy is going to come down, and it tabs in. It's supposed to tab in. Let's see if we can get a good angle here. There's an edge on this piece, right in there. You can see an edge there and there. And it's supposed to kind of sort of fit into these slots there and there. It doesn't actually slot in, but you can push it in there and it will hold. There you go. So, and then at this point you can kind of straighten this out, or you can leave it out like that if you want, or you can straighten it out some, just like so. At this point, just straighten them out, and there you have Slog in robot mode. I really, really enjoy the way this guy looks. You know, he's keeping with the night theme that the rest of the movie Dinobots had. You've got the spiky shoes. You've got kind of like the armored chain belt going around him. You've got like a spiked helmet. I really enjoy the look of this figure. I really don't have a whole lot of complaints with him. I really, really, really just love the way it looks. If I was going to complain about anything, it would be about those fists not rotating. But like I said, it doesn't really bother me all that much. Here in robot mode, Slog is about 6.5 inches right here at the top of the head. 7 if you go to this crest right here. As far as articulation goes, his head is on a ball joint, so you can go up and down, left and right. Shoulders are on a universal, so you can go in and out. Now, you are going to be limited by this this piece of armor here, but you can go in and out a little bit. You can go all the way around. You've got a rotation at the bicep. You've got a curl at the elbow. I'm going to go ahead and just color the curl because that looks like bicep curls there. And the wrist can go in and out just a little bit. Due to transformation, you do have some waist rotation. You've got a universal joint at the hip. Now, here's another problem with the hip that you might find here. You can go in and out. You can go forward and backward. However, this kind of a tail belt that he creates here is attached to the outside of the hip. So whenever you move his legs forward and backwards or in and out, as you can see, that belt is going to follow. And if you're kind of doing something where he's got maybe like a running pose or something like that, it's going to break up the look of that belt. So just be aware of that. Rotation at the hip, you've got a good 90 at the knee, and you've got forward and backward, or up and down rather, on the heels there. And like I told you, that piece came unclipped. This side's staying all right, but this side came unclipped. So, and I kind of expected that. Okay, so let's get some weapons on this guy so you can see what the weapons look like. And like I was saying, I'm not a big fan of the weapons for him in dinosaur mode, but here in robot mode, I think they really work to complement him very well. So what I like to do, you've got these guys right here. What I like to do is I like to plug these into his shoulders there and there, and I like to plug them so that they're off to the back. And I think that looks all right. I think they look okay just like there. You can bring them around. I'll go ahead and bring them around so you can see what that would look like if you were to put them there and there. For whatever reason, when I do that, though, this side is kind of loose. But there you go. You can do that. Personally, I prefer it the other way around with them pointing further back. So there you go, there and there. And like I said, it's weird because I didn't care for these on his shoulders in dinosaur mode at all. But here in robot mode, I think that looks all right. And if you want, you can point them forward as well. You can do that, but I personally like them like that. And then you've got his spears. These guys, if you go around the back here, again, the same place where they mounted in dinosaur mode. It is possible to transform this guy with the weapons mounted, but it's going to be a pain in the butt. You might as well just take them off. But these guys can plug in there and there. And you'd think he'd become very back heavy, but he really doesn't. He actually he's able to stand perfectly fine. And as you can see, these lances aren't really touching the table. I don't know if you can see that or not. They might look like they're touching the table. Trust me, they're not. There's a space under them. So they're not actually holding the figure up. So he doesn't really get very back heavy. He's very, very stable figure. And then you can take the lances here. I'm going to just do one for the sake of aesthetics here. And actually, let's do the other one. So I'm gonna put it on his right arm. So let's do the one that's on his right side here. And see what I told you? This guy, it's supposed to clip in, but he really doesn't. So, and I don't know if that's just on mine or if that's just the design didn't really work out. I don't know, but that doesn't really clip into place. So once you get the lance, you can go ahead and take this piece and fold it all the way up, and it's going to tab in there just like so, and it creates a bit of a kind of like a sword. I prefer to think of it as, I mean, it looks like a sword handle guard, but really, to me, I think that overall, that looks more like a lance, like a joust lance. I'm not very familiar with terms for medieval stuff, but I'm what do you call the guys that ride on the horse with a big lance like that? You know, like jousting guys. So this guy looks like a jousting knight to me, and I really like the way that looks. So you can rotate it a little bit, give him a good dynamic pose, a good threatening pose there, kind of looking down upon his enemies. So there you go. There's Slog in dinosaur mode, and I really enjoy this guy. I think he looks really, really cool. Again, another one of those figures that I know some people have had some issues with, and I can understand the issues perfectly, but it's issues that don't bother me all that much, and I really, really enjoy this figure. I like it a lot. So I think that about covers Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager Slog. Please leave me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.